Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero, Psych Defender of the Fatherland, off it 1 vs 1, on Crossing in the Woods. In the south, it's WTF, we'll just call him, what, the France, or just what, or just WTF. W, yeah, that sounds very American, W here, fighting for America, freedom, democracy, with the 2nd Armored Division, tasked with clearing out this part of the woods held by German forces under the command of Xiaya, fighting for the German army, Deutschland. Rolling out here with the 352nd Volkskammer Division. We've got here Overwatch Special Operations and Elite Armored versus Airborne, Triple Infantry there, and Double Infantry with Jackson Bulletins. A bit of a rare sight there, but gives a slightly increased line of sight and speed, which can of course be helpful in some situations. Sturmpanzers Volkskammer East was there, pushing for the fuel pond there. Kubelwagen out for Xiaya, very interesting. Not very, shall we say, common Oberkommando play, in part because A, it gets hard countered in the current heavy light allied vehicle meta, where it just gets crushed a lot of the time, and it also just scales up terribly because it gains experience terribly. It looks like they are trying to buff it by giving it shared experience gain, meaning you're finding around other units will help it, but I don't know if that's going to be sufficient enough to really push the Kubelwagen into, useful territory. We'll have to see though. Pathfinders out here for W, with the rifle of course moving about as well here. So both sides in this case focusing east, but it seems like here CI with the realization that W is pushing hard for the eastern fuel pond is going to basically just conduct a stalling operation with the Volkskammer and then push it hard for the west instead. I mean, that also works out. Certainly I think the smarter move here by CI to do so. The smarter move. W here launching an assault on the fuel point. Riflemen backed up by Pathfinders engaging the Germans there. German infantry trying to hold the line here for the 352nd Volkskammer Division, but sadly they cannot hold. Kubelwagen eastwards there, grabbing the point here. The 352nd Volkskammer Division was formed up from the remainders with the 352nd Infantry Division, which is then the division holding Omaha Beach in Normandy, and it fought until it basically got utterly depleted, and then after the loss of Normandy and doing Operation Backration, the Germans sort of began coming around with the Volkskammer Division concept, which involved taking a lot of shattered infantry divisions and rebuilding them as Volkskammer divisions. Well, there was also some that are created from scratch. Thing is, usually the Volkskammer divisions that did the best were the ones that actually had the highest quantity of veterans from pre-existing divisions, because pretty much all of the Volkskammer divisions basically had next to no training. Some had a few months, a lot had weeks to get stuff done there. So it usually meant they were heavily reliant on veteran NCOs and other squad members to really keep things going. That's a little fun fact. But there you go. We got Elite Armored here for Xiaya, meaning the 352nd Infantry Division has been backed up by a Panzer Division, providing some heavier armored elements and other support here, push forwards against the armies. Bit of wiring off here as well, alongside some sandbags there for Xiaya. Folks are sitting here out. We got a trot on the way there for Xiaya and the Deutsche Armee. Pathfinder's going about there. Rifleman grabbing the point up here. So far a bit of quiet now. The players sort of really going hard at the other one. But there you go, pushing towards the center of the Sturmpioneer and Volkskammer. Rifleman moving up here as well. Kubelwagen hanging back here for Xiaya. Not trying to flank the rifleman with the Kubelwagen. And they're going getting the rifleman hammering away a bit there with his MG34 mounted on the back. Almost got the point here, and we got the truck setting out there for Xiaya. Going to be the battle group headquarters. Will it be the mechanized? What will it be here for Xiaya? And we got more Pathfinders out for W here, and the 2nd Armored. A bit more skirmish here. Kubelwagen up to sort of shoot away, and we got the 2-2. Well, cancels the 2-2-1 here. The lighter Panzer Speerwagen, and it's going to be the battle group headquarters here for Xiaya. So I've been seeing a lot of mechanized regularly here for quite some time, but it seems like there might be some slight pushback there towards battle group headquarters. Possibly simply due to mechanized being too overused, and so it becomes easy to counter for the allies, or they might just want to do something else. I don't know. But we got a captain out here for W. Company command post. Pathfinder's back up here. That sounds going to be a bit more difficult than for Xiaya to deal with, since it tends to favour these sort of long protracted engagement. There you go. Kubelwagen folks coming up here, threatening a bit W's redoubt here. Redoubt. Up here, Battle Group Headquarters almost done. Troops moving about here. We get a skirmish against forces trying to move east and start counting more of W's forces. Down here, folks, could try and sneak up, pop up an incendiary grenade, but no, ends up retreating instead here. Probably would also been a better idea than trying to cluster up, then pop an incendiary grenade into that. Oh, there's lots of firing there, grabbing the point here. 2-2-1 is on the way there for Xiaya and the 352nd Volkskammer Division. Rifleman sneaking up behind here, Xiaya's lines, very good. Ambulance over there as well for W. 2-1 halfway done. Like to punch a speed wagon, a rifle moving out, captain as well. And we got an ambulance out there for W in the second armor. Kuban, they're doing the can to kill team to fall back. Machine gun blazing amidst the armies, but it is heavily damaged and could likely explode any moment. But there you go, got the 2-2-1 out here. The like to punch a speed wagon being upgraded to the 2-2-3 or the command version with the bed frame antennas. There were numerous versions of the 2-2-1. You had the 2-2-2, which was sort of version of it. You also had a version that was equipped with a, shall we say, light anti-tank and heavy anti-tank rifle, depending on who you asked. Which sort of had access to a few types of rounds. These 2-3 going straight for the camp to defend the fuel point, engaging up close here with the MD-34 they're mounted on it. Focusing ahead there with Sturmgewehr 44. And that's also a fun fact about the Volkskanner divisions. They were sort of envisioned as sort of these modern infantry divisions equipped heavily with assault rifles and other things. At which point they sort of have these formations where, like, I think it was a battalion made up like of 2 assault companies and then sort of a rifle company. The assault companies would, you know, then be made up of 2 assault platoons with assault rifles, and then the sort of line platoon made up the sort of heavily light machine guns, and sort of the line, companies would sort of be more regular sort of infantry units there. So that was sort of fun. Now, of course, they kind of lack the assault rifles to fully get that sorted out. So in many cases, they would just equip like regular units, like MP40 instead of the assault rifle. So little fun fact there. Anti-tank no way there for W. The M1 using the 2-3 here aggressively to push back the Americans. 4 kills already, very good. Barton has this Volkskanner, a blind hand grenade here will be helpful to flush out the armies, and there you go. Quick blind hand grenade off. So again, I'm pretty sure the incendiary grenade there was actually really, really rare for the Germans. Since again they just made Molotovs or incendiary, that type of incendiary grenades. I mean, they made them industrially, so I think they sort of just realised, even for the Germans, the incendiary grenade was just engineered and designed. It's too difficult when they could just industrially make Molotovs instead. Kuban rushing for the fuel pond there. Nice push there by Xiaya. Got the M1 anti-tank being hauled forwards. Medics up here. We got an MU-34 right up to deal with all of W's infantry. Very good. Folks were standing about. He could try and threaten some of the points. He's snag up in flank. And Kuban there racing away, but taken out here by the M1 pretty easily. And got lucky. Very lucky there. Kuban with 2 kills close to veterans 1. MD-34 almost down as well for Xiaya. Down here, troops healing and forcing. Volkskanadier setting out. Bit of quiet here. Grabbing points there. Whoops. Got Pathfinders, we got Riflemen setting out here, Sturm Pioneers, they're following back, we got the MD-34 moving up here to stop the American assault. Sturm Pioneer forced away, and there go the anti-tank coming up, getting nicely, and the 2-2-3. I mean, at this point, see, I might just want to consider locking down a point with it. Oh, too late. He's got a bit caught up. They need to be more careful around his opponent there, and he probably should have used it, as I was about to say, on securing himself more resource so he could take a hit faster as his opponent. In particular, he's clearly not going to go for the flank half tank. Again, just taking a hit faster would be, I think, a much stronger move than trying to use it to combat too much. So I think that was a bit of a slip up there by Xiaya. But anyways, leichtes Infanteriegeschütz, or light Infanteriegeschütz. To find a bit of support for his men. Smoke screens as well, if he's sort of the top to use that. They're pushing for the fuel pond again. Back at W's base, we've got nothing further going. We've got a 50 caliber here, which he has airdropped in there since he has not upgraded the platoon command post. Of course, there's the Russians here in the west, and that is very much an easy win there for the Volkskanner. The Russians still have no chance up here. Of course, routed by the Pathfinders and Riflemen. And the light Infanteriegeschütz is done. Now, there were numerous versions of this later into the war. I think there were some that sort of made kind of look like anti-tank guns, but sort of were, light infantry guns as well. I can't quite remember much about them. The one thing I want to call like the... I can't remember anyways. Right from here, we got a line gun firing away at the rifleman there. Quick barrage, very good there, since barrages are more accurate and fire faster. That way they're much more impactful than just letting the units sort of fire automatically. That's a little piece of advice there. Troops reinforcing healing, truck moving up here. It's like in the Xiaya Panzer headquarters around here, probably close to the fuel point to defend that against any American harassment there from W. Kurban moving up, 2 kills, veterans 1. We should probably salvage that one for a bit of extra fuel here versus opponent. We got a bit of skirmishing down south. The SW is feeling his flank threatened, though it's not like Xiaya is exerting a lot of pressure. And we got Paratrooper called in here for W. And the second army, he's calling in on the fuel point. An aggressive drop here. But it's the only one that's going to catch Xiaya off guard. It's going to force him to react here. So, nice play there. Oh! Yeah, 1 dead. Maybe more. Nope, just 1 dead. My God, that tree got Kenny! Kill it! It's a tree, Sarge. I don't care. I swear I will kill every tree once this war is over. Sharp Hunter's quarters over there. Troops reinforcing healing. Got a skirmishing in the Eastern Pioneers versus the Pathfinders. And there you go. Territories there caught in a pretty bad spot there due to the loss of Kenny. Pathfinders a bit out in the open as the Kugelwagen, which is heavily damaged again. Sturmpioniere out here, we got line gun firing. Not really doing a lot there so far, a bit of light damage, though in the longer term the light infantry gun is usually pretty solid. And certainly some players like to, go for twins, just try and ruin their opponent's aims. Obviously it's not quite as good as the pack howitzer, but it's pretty handy. And honestly should not be taken lightly. Right now the W there is hitting Xiaya's fuel point while defending his own, and that's making things a bit more tricky here for Xiaya, who is struggling a bit. Let's get forces going in a cohesive fashion versus his opponent. But he's going to be the one to likely get out of tank first here over his opponents. I mean, that's something in his favour, though we can see that W is actually setting up, so that might soon change, actually. Still hasn't salvaged that. Again, he really should do that. Force moving up, taking losses. Again, just not really good push. We got lines going to find down there. Getting a kill there on Jimmy. And the cat and routes as well. So that engagement ended up working out there for Xiaya. At least somewhat. Also first kill there for the line free gun. Got Paratroopers there with Browning light machine guns. They help deal with the Nazis. And we got Obersoldaten for Xiaya. Some LMG 34s to certainly put a bit of the fear of the fatherland into the Americans. Other troops standing about. But noting, of course, he's got a lot of missions floating about. It would be an idea here for Xiaya to lay down some mines here and there. And, of course, salvage that one. There you go. Finally getting around to it. Finally getting around to it. I mean, even an extra bit of fuel they can certainly help as the Oberkommando West when it comes to getting out tanks. So, nice move there. There we go. Obersoldaten now. LMG 34 on the way as well. Very good. Sturmpionier, cool one here as a rifleman. Quickly doing some heavy damage and rush on the way. Very good, very good. Paratroopers Pathfinder sending out. And the tank hanging back. Got a 50 car hanging back with us as well. Oh, nice. He's using the detection ability of the Kugelwagen to try and scout ahead there. Maybe spot out some targets for his light infantry shots. Also, fun fact about the Volks divisions, but they had the Volks artillery batteries instead of just the usual sort of type artillery, which was sort of much more mixed artillery. And technically, they also, I think, actually, I don't think they had that. No, that's just messing up. But they had big artillery batteries, though their lack of radius sort of fully utilized them. So, while in theory they had more artillery, they struggled to use them, I think, more efficiently, which is actually something the artillery crews rather cursed about. Troops sitting out there. Riflemen getting awfully close to the cooldown. Look like it's going to go down soon. It's getting very close to 2, which is usually where most players just tend to throw it away anyways. I mean, you will rarely ever see a cooldown night hit veteran 3 or above, partly because, again, it's just so difficult. Like, again, they veterans you up so slowly because they have such high veterans requirements but do so little damage. Which is also what I'm not entirely sure shared experience is going to help a ton for the Kugelwagen. But like, I can get in theory to like veteran 4 and 5, it should theoretically become better, but it's just, I don't think I've seen Kugelwagen like ever reach veteran 4 and veteran 5 in years. We're talking literal years. Overson holding up, he's guarding the crossing of the Americans. Kuban trying to back up. We got another line for going away here for Xiaya. Interesting choice at this point. Part of me suggests maybe an MG34, maybe like Kednak actually, since he's got absolutely no anti-tank weapon. He's kind of in that sense lucky that W has not tried to push that particular subject soon. But there you go. You can go for the Sherman actually now, but he isn't, which is interesting. I'll wait second line for gun done in a few moments. Heat rounds scores available here now for Xiaya's Panzers. Though technically they wouldn't really have been using heat rounds for Panzer Force and Panthers. Like, they were sort of meant for guns with low velocity, that, you know, all screen penetrate stuff like that. But for like Panzer Force with the, you know, the bigger guns or Panthers, I mean the heat rounds were just pointless because they generally had lower penetration. So, yeah, a fun note there. Anyways, Panzer on the way for the Xiaya. We got the Sherman on the way there for W. Note the only sort of organic armor support a Volkswagen division would have been either Stugs or Hetzes in their tank destroy company. Basically, depending on what they could get. I mean, they were supposed to have Hetzes, but if they couldn't get Hetzes, they get Stugs or Sturmgeschütz. Sherman setting out. Panther almost done. Sherman here was the Volkswagen on the west, pushing away. Volkswagen shouting forward, troops are being suppressed with MG34. Bit of a reckless push to the W, and we can see that CI's quick to sort of try and punish that one. Brandhand Grenade and Vicious a short while far, but there you go. Line for gun being flanked here, but on the hand, the flankers are getting flanked by the opposite line return. Pathfinder's taking casualties, forced away there as well. Sherman up the west side here, nothing to really stop. We've got the Panzer IV though ready here. Gefechtsbereit for Deutschland, adding the Panzer Commander. A bold move there by Xiaya, but I like it. Actually gives him something to spend his munitions on. I still think a few grenades here for Xiaya, or even booby traps from Zorbersgarden, would be a very solid and healthy choice. We can see the W in response to all of this increasing German artillery is now going for a pack howitzer of his own to try and beat the Germans into submission with that. No attempted grabbing the second line for gun yet there for Xiaya and the 352nd Volksgrenadier Division. Roaming about with his Panzerkampfwagen 4. Kuhlwagen bagging out there. And there you go with the Panzer Commander. The Panzer IV can actually use this full range. Okay, it's technically 40 range, but it can't actually see that far. So most of the time, you know, just engage at a range when it can't focus on, again, just full utilize it. But in theory, it can get something like allowed to, you know, see its full range, like the Panzer Commander. It can actually, you know, snipe at certain units reasonably well. And in theory, that can also help versus medium tanks that don't, for some reason, have that sight bonus or anything to spot for it again. That can give the Panzer an advantage. There you go. Swoops in and takes out the ambulance. A bold move there by Xiaya, but clearly works out here. Disrupting W is basically, will likely fall to go for another ambulance. Ooh, that was, I don't know, that looks like a misclick there by Xiaya, but I always got this second one ready. Well, the first second one then is on, I think I got too close to the front line. Second Sturm Panic Squad there for Xiaya. That's a bit of a rare sight. Oh, we also do get some mines, good. Double Sturm Panics is not something you see a lot from the Oberkommando West. Panzer IV, they're blasting away at the captain. And, oh, he was about to hit a mine there. MG34, there we go, hits the mine anyways. And there you go, M1 anti-tank flying away, but straight to line fire with the lightest Infanteriegeschütz. Cancels the Sturmpanzers instead for a Kedneff. It seems like Xiaya can't quite make up his mind versus his opponent. Eastern side is also seeing next to nothing there in terms of action. I really do feel like Xiaya can quickly move up here, fire some instructions around here with the line figure, and then just charge in, but it seems like Xiaya, despite, you know, playing their grit, now he cancelled the Kedneff for Sturmpanzer squad again, but, you know, despite, you know, being the sort of more offensive faction, he's playing it kind of defensively versus his opponent. It is not really something he should be aiming for. Oh, snap. Yeah, looks like that's going to be the end of the Kuhlwagen again. Once they hit WT2, Kuhlwagen was just, like, the chance of dying goes up by 999%. they might as well just paint a big fat target on it once it reaches Veteran 2. I mean, Cooper wagons and Veteran 2 is, you know, shorter lifespans than the children's of those against vaccinations. Anyways, or anti-vaxxers. Pathfinder and the infantry got the Sturmpanzers moving up, moving out their troops taking casualties. Rifle and Pathfinder or Paratroopers flanking up against the Panzer as well, threatening never then to tank rifle. Got all the Sturmpanzers, focus moving ahead here. Panzer up the Sturmpanzers. Double Panzer then. Bold move there by Xiaya, not something you see very often. Not something you see very often. Sturmpanzers in a bad spot, need to fall back as well there. You can soon go for another Panzer IV, but you could also go for Panthers, or in theory go for the Sturmtiger. That way blast his opponent into tiny, tiny bits. Ooh, that was one hell of a hit there from the Light Gun, taking apart several of the Pathfinders, and they get wiped out in the end by the Obsidian creeping up there and hosing them a bit. Back here, troops in reinforcing, Sturmpanzer sitting up but not fully reinforced. Ooh, moving too fast there. Oh, no, man, they got to happen there. So that's two Sturmpanzer squads with Panzerschrecks. I mean, Xiaya here is definitely not playing the usual Oberkommanders meta at the moment. Far from it. Back here, healing, reinforcement, no healing since the ambulance has not been replaced. Oh, there you go. As soon as I say that, W there has a change of heart. Switches over to second ambulance. Got another white piece somewhere. Ooh, that's the pack out actually getting snuffed out there by Xiaya's light infantry guns. Very good work there, bit of threatening here. Ooh, triangulating on Sandbox that gets caught here by W's troops. In negative cover, that's a really bad spot to be caught in, to be honest. There goes second ambulance out there for W. But yeah, Xiaya needs, I think, pressure more. And again, I feel like he's trying to push in to use his light infantry guns to lay down smoke screens. Now Xiaya was committing to the Yak Panzer IV. Provide some heavier anti-tank support against his opponent. Holy smokes, that was one hell of a Panzer IV hit there. Almost annihilated the entire Paratrooper squad with a single hit. Brutal. Not entirely sure it's the Yak Panzer he wants to go for. I mean, it's not like W has a lot of armor as such. In the moment, I feel like more Panzer IVs could be an idea, though, of course, if and when, I'd say more likely when W goes for the Jackson, I mean, the Yak Panzer is going to be great there, but otherwise might find itself a bit lacking. Sturmpanzer laying down mine again. Panzer warming up. They're half 8 to its 2. But yeah, Xiaya definitely feels too passive, and W, although to an extent, also feels a bit passive at the moment. I mean, can I say to an extent more W, but for Xiaya again was the Oberkommanders, he's, you know, meant to be the aggressor. His lack of activity is a bit disturbing. But there you go. It seems like W is going to be on trying to push his opponent out of his hidey holes there. Get active. Try and turn the charge rather than wait for Xiaya to get his active out and just try to finish the game here. P-47 rocket ship ready. Also, Xiaya's going to go for the mechanized regiment now. Could be he might be trying to set up for a King Tiger. I mean, which is something, but I mean, honestly, a part of me think we'd just be better off going for the Sturmtiger on this map and just trying to finish the match faster that way. But he actually doesn't have enough pop cap for it, so that's clearly out of the picture. But see, we can see the sort of W is trying to push here, and he's trying to leave the Xiaya a bit more guessing, a bit less sure where the attack's actually going to land, and then, you know, he's going to make it a bigger push. But armored vehicles hanging back here. Xiaya's just moving about. He seems to sort of realizing it's going to be happening in the west. Maybe there the W has pushed his hand to find. There you go. Panther lands a decent hit. Sturmpanzer is backing up. But the Panther was forced away here. And the east again, it's just all quiet. I feel like Xiaya might be suffering a bit from tunnel vision or just tactical timidity here. Needs to be more aggressive, bolder, ruder. Launch gun, they're close to Veteran 2. Truck still standing about. No mechanized regiment happening there. And they still could be laying down more mines and booby traps. There you go, the Rifle right here, but the Oberst backed up with the Volksbündnis and the Sturmpioniere. Others holding up here on some cover we've put down previously. Trying that against Xiaya. Captain rushing forwards, cover those likely not going to last long here against the Panzer IV and the attending Sturmpioneers. Line gun there, anti-tank are pushing back that, and there we go, line gun firing down. Both could be firing to be honest, but seems like he's just keeping those on auto. Paying the Sherman here. I mean, overall, again, it's just very quiet. I mean, again, the right flank is just like nothing's happening there. And Xiaya just feels too passive for me. Scott on the way there for W, trying to push out here. Xiaya again, he's sort of trying to slow build up, try to push out there. Which is, again, I feel like the right way to go about it. Even if he does currently have a smaller force than his opponent. In terms of pot capitalism, in terms of overall like units, he might sort of roughly be on the same level. 485 versus 202. We got the mechanized regiment finally going out there for Xiaya and the 352nd Volksgrenadier Division. Fun fact, you want to learn more about Volksgrenadiers, there's only really one book and sort of recently recommend that be Victory Was Beyond Their Grasp. Details the 272nd Volksgrenadier doing its fighting in the Hürtgen Forest, the Ardennes, and sort of a bit beyond, sort of probably one of the better sources on Volksgrenadiers, since it actually has access to some of the background material and all that. So, little fun fact there, if you wish to learn more. Anti-tank on the way there for W. Scott sitting out there. Folks also moving about. They got the Jagdpanzer hanging back here. Heavy fun here. The Paratroopers, they're exposing themselves too much. They're no real cover, just waltzing about there against champs with light machine guns. That's usually a bad idea, but there you go. Packard returns the favour there to the German infantry, follows them back. AT gun ready. And there you go, second anti-tank gun out there. Dub is going to have to make some big move here versus Xiaya soon. I mean, he's quickly being out there. Panzer IV very close to 52 there for Xiaya. But again, he should have been more active over here. He really needs to be more active over here. Again, he's just getting too, happy about himself and just sitting back there and letting his opponent do all the work. Which can be dangerous, and particularly not playing a fancy design for that, like the Oberkommando West. Jagdpanzer, they're trying to snipe the Scot, but that's obviously not working out. W, though, again, I can understand he's trying to be cautious, but at the same time, he can't afford just to wait for much longer either, so he's sort of a bit of a sticky situation that way. Part of this is, I think, also just the map design, which sort of just creates these situations much more because it's basically a series of funnels, and overall allows less for sort of good manoeuvring, to be honest. So part of this is just the map design creating this situation. And those Sturm shouting forward, we've got Packard to fire, we've got Scott fire there, heavy fire there, just routing the Sturmpioneer, Panzer IV falling back. Could have maybe called in some artillery. We got anti-tank fire there on the Jagdpanzer there, shots bouncing, or there you go, penetrating, putting down to half health. Very quiet otherwise. And one there, halfway to actually 2 troops bringing ahead here. And there's Captain there versus the Volksgrenadiers. Panzer IV hanging back here, close to Veteran 2. Troops are up here, but then you 54 Veteran 2 also very close inbound. Seems like here things are heating up as W is realising he has to make a move. He can't afford to wait anymore for the Germans to stop by for tea and surrender. The British tried that. It didn't work. Folks moving about here against the airstrams of the bazookas. Got the Sherman moving up here. No 50 caliber out. He definitely should go down here. Ends up blasting it down. More Pathfinders out there for W. Scott good to go again. Xiaya is obviously just looking to stall for the King Tigers. Obviously in that sense again it's not good for W just to sit back on his arse and wait either. But like the victory point situation is not exactly looking favourable for him. So he needs to switch on again. He's got options for laying down smoke here with the Scots. So he can consider laying down the smoke and with that, allowing him to push further forwards. He could also make a bigger push into the west, but something has to happen. Something has to give soon. But it seems like he's focused in the centre, in which case he could still lay down smoke screens, fire, have the Scot move up and then lay a smoke screen about here. But isolate any units trying to defend it directly, but at the same time make it hard to defend the machine guns such to cover the point. So there'd be a lot of advantages of that, but so far W does not seem to be a big fan of smoke. as such. Back here, troops in reinforcing, sort of stuff happening there. Line of guns being hauled westwards. Much for the CoC in terms of pacing, slower match here, and again part of it is just the map itself. It does not in some ways encourage aggressive play because again it's just like a series of finals. Definitely not one of my favourite maps personally. It's only one I would love to just see go away. But there you go, jump house up something again. That's a bit more hitting now. I mean things starting to get basically hit. Oh, unit wipe. Oh, I'm taking losses there. Looks like Xiaya there again. Rather than trying to attack here, where you can come back to make gains, he sort of attacks there and he just gets punished without really making any gains. Mine goes off the fill. Obus popping up the Obus guns. We got the line of guns flying away there. Scott moving up, infantry moving up here. Gotta make the push. No explosions off though. Oh, nasty hit. They got still hits on the foot guns and the light infantry guns. 5 kills on the light infantry gun. Oh, the Scott. Nasty work. They got the point moving ahead in the. Oh, the machine was actually being pushed away. That's pretty good. Then for W. Quick ground hand grenade, but that's not going to turn them. And there you go. Light gun wiped out. Definitely small victory there for W. Panther moving centrewards. In these, we've got more gains here as W is moving up to cover the point a bit better against Xiaya and the 352nd Full Division. Panzerford charges forwards, engages those filthy Americans in the open, but gets hit by a filthy American anti-tank gun. Forces away there. Damage engine. Oh, went down. I mean, he's about to go for the King Tiger, but losing his Panzerford like that is not helpful. Plus, he's certainly suffering other casualties as well. So the situation is actually kind of falling apart here for Xiaya now, as W is getting again more aggressive. He's got 101 population there, so he's actually managed to go a bit beyond the limits. But the situation right now for Xiaya is looking a bit grim there. He's taking heavy casualties. And then W pulled off a good assault then Xiaya's just not in a position to defend with. Sean flying back, unit wiped out. Scott will continue to blast away there. Pack out joining in the front, so we got the 5th Cavalry here helping a bit, but probably should have taken a bit more to supporting. Anti-tank destroyed. Xiaya and the German army wants nothing to do with it. In the west here, slow approach. They could push for the fuel plant. They're moving up westwards here as well. I think he's spotting here for his weapons to try and take out the Shrap Panther quarters and the likes. In the centre, Xiaya in the defence. The Yak Panther didn't manage to do much there for the German army. And there we go. King Tiger out. Tiger 2, Königstiger. Definitely not part of a Volkskamp division. Ooh, Jagdpanzer almost got the Scott there. A painful loss there for W. If he'd lost it, Volkskamp moving ahead. The Jagdpanzer going to lay fire. Almost getting rid of that Scott, but not quite enough. Meanwhile, the Volks are being shredded here by the sheer amount of infantry he's got there. King Tiger shooting at troops in the west, taking a nice chunk out of the Pathfinders. Panzer Commander almost done. Oh, that's one hell of a hit there. Obliterates numerous infantrymen. Very nice shot there. Troops up in flank there. And Brad as well. There you go. More men just slaughtered. In the west, we've got the Sturmpanzer with the Riflemen here. Need some support, I think, for the Sturmpaniers. The Riflemen are a veteran, and they are with BARs. The Sturmpaniers got none of that. They got light cover, but they also got a Panzerschreck. So the engagement is not favourable for the Sturmpaniers, and he's going to need some support over there fast. Grabbing the centre victory point, 448 versus 137. Jackson away there for W to help deal with the German heavy armour. Very good idea there. And he's also got a ton of munitions, though. I'm guessing those will be turned into P-47s to try and deal with the King Tiger and sort of bait it into the right situation. There you go, Xiaya responding with Orbison and King Tiger in the west. King Tiger now moving eastwards again towards the centre. After that's been climbed out and saying that, oh, nasty hit here. 12 kills on the King Tiger. Our fate of veterans who won. Round back the centre victory point with the Rifleman. Jackson tank destroyer almost down there for W. And there we go, good to go. A capture point is under attack. 36 Jackson sitting out. King Tiger milling about on the west point. They're grabbing the fuel. Again, he could consider boot trap. I mean, he's got a lot of munitions himself. I mean, none of the players really using the munitions fake them. For the Americans, to an extent, I can understand it more since they don't have sort of access to mines naturally. Except like light anti-tank mines, that could of course be laying down those. There you go, Pathfinder struck there with an 80mm high explosive shell, obliterating most of the unit. Fat hit there from the Jackson and the King Tiger. Not that he does a lot due to the King Tiger's sheer amount of health or hit points. Still no real action on the right hand side. It's like it might as well not exist. Fortunately, they're rounding back the captain here in the centre. Yak Panzer are good to go there for Xiaya. We got children about here slowly. King Tiger moving back in. There you go. Nasty hit there, obliterating most of the riflemen with a single shattering hit. There 18 kills on the King Tiger. Yak Panzer moving up the east side. There you go. Nice hit on the Scotty. Gaining veterans one for the Königs, or the Yak Panzer in the process. King Tiger there. Quick move ahead again. And there you go, shoots here through some of the terrain and gets a nasty hit there on the paratroopers, like we follow up with another shot. And there you go, down to just Jack as the rest of the men have been slaughtered. The lives ended. Down to gunfire, they're raining down the units there, and oh, paratroopers actually went down. Looks like they might have been taken up by a stray artillery hit or something. Also flanking up here with encountering riflemen. King Tiger hanging back, not supporting. Oh, bun grenade in the midst of them. Maybe I hoped the unit would retreat in a bit of panic there, but didn't. Good work there by W. And now moving up here with all of a sudden, and the Sturm Pioneer, King Tiger backing it all up here. Calling in artillery here in the midst of W's forces here. Very nice, very nice. Good luck, it won't matter much. Might get the anti-tank gun here. Maybe not. Yeah, the answer seems to be no. Still regains control of the centre victory point here from the hands of W and the 2nd Armour Division. King Tiger with 23 kills. Close ones in one. Very good there by Xiaya. Very good. And pops emergency repairs to quickly fix up some of the damage, since it actually repairs some decent amount of health, so that's actually a nice way of using it, in particular just for 35 munitions, so thumbs up there. And we got P40 called in here, there you go, going here straight for the King Tiger, needs to order the Schwerpanzer Corps to fight the aircraft. Yak Panzer falling back in, flanking the Sherman. Nice push there by W versus Xiaya and the German army. There we go, Schwerpanzer Corps is now firing with his 37mm flak. Yak Panzer down to the Sherman, quite a blow there to Xiaya and the German army. Finding the center, got a line for gun blocking there, but that might not last longer. Need to get that Sherman out of there. King Tiger a bit close there. Schwerpanzer Corps seem to far away. So far not hitting any aircraft. Sherman for some reason keeps thinking about it despite increasing amount of infantry pressure there. Rifle and Pathfinder somehow trying to flank the King Tiger. There's no way. There you go, P47 strikes here, doing heavy damage to it. Line for gun there, being caught in the fires. One there you go, the crew is dead. The King Tiger is almost done. Jackson is moving up. He should pop the 8-shot rounds just to increase the chance. There you go, King Tiger taking a nasty hit here. One more hit, maybe two. Still 8-shot rounds, and there you go, main gun out. Quite a blow there, quite a blow. Anti-tank falling back with the Jackson. Should be able to finish it off here. Tank down. But the King Tiger actually went down there, either to the Jackson or the... Yeah, that was his remaining strafe there from the P47. Either way, the King Tiger is down, and Xiaya has lost all of his armoured forces. His infantry has also suffered quite grievously. Right now, he's got a tiny force compared with his opponent. That is not good for Xiaya. In the meanwhile, W there, rationing the western fuel point, or victory point. This will help gain, more bleed there on his opponent. Very good work there. 13 kills in that. Scott Vetchney 2. 417 versus 126. Another Yak Panzer there for Xiaya at this point. Interesting timing there. Would have figured maybe another Panther 4 or a Panther. But this seems like he's intent on the Yak Panzer. The line's going cleared out there. In fact, he's lost all of his artillery pieces now, at least the crews to them. So that is pretty solid there for W. I mean, that's a little less pressure he has to worry about. Troops moving up here, we've got Scott active firing at close range, which is pretty hazardous for the infantry. And of course, we've still got the pack cards providing covering fire as well for any troops that W has got. Right now, Xiaya is in a bit of a sticky spot. It's almost got the Jagdpanzer ready, which will be great with the Scott and any additional armor W might get, but it's going to be, you know, not as amazing as the infantry. It doesn't even have the machine gun, though technically the actual Jagdpanzer did have one. In fact, the early model without the high velocity gun had two of them. Fun note there. Sturmpionier advancing there with the Panzerwreck trying to go here for the Scott. They're taking direct fire from the plus, of course, all the other infantry and even the pack cards are here, so pretty risky in there. Go forced to retreat. Jagdpanzer meeting suffering heavy damage here from bazookas, anti-tank guns, and tank destroyers. More Pathfinders for W. That's actually pretty rare to see a player go for Pathfinders this late into the game. He's also still got a ton of munitions, so you could easily call in more P-47s if it comes down to it. You could just lay down mines for the re-echelons or build fighting positions and upgrade them. Beyond that, though, his options are a bit more limited since, again, he doesn't have a lot of other sort of munition sinks. Back here, troops enemy enforcing. Betting you free, 17 kills, going for that line for going with the full Skinadiers, very good. All one's big crew as well, so Xiaya's quickly rebuilding his artillery complement at least, very good. He still has to be careful around W's artillery, and he needs to change up his tactics because currently it should be increasingly apparent they're not working out very well here for Xiaya in the longer run. This W sort of to an extent slowly is adapting to them and setting up candidates for it, so it becomes harder and harder for Xiaya just to keep up with what he's doing, but he seems very much intent to do so. And there you go, straight into the Jackson tank throw, went in blindly, not the best move. Popping the heat rounds helped, with the Jackson it misses. Another hit there, doing heavy damage, might actually take it up with another hit if he can't get it off, instead of shoots with the Jagdpanzer, landing a free hit there from the Jackson that misses. Sturmpionier also falling back in the east push here, but again, finally doing it but without any smoke streams or anything like that. He's easily halted, and at this point he should know there's a 50 caliber there. So yeah, that could have been executed a bit as well, but better by Xiaya, but at least he tried. He made the effort. Damn it, though. He could have made an better effort, some would argue. Jagdpanzer holding back, we got the troops in force, we got the artillery fire raining down the Schwerpanzer headquarters, and attacking their east level, moving up to try and destroy it as well. That's going to pretty much lock off. He has options for either another King Tiger or the Sturmtiger, and certainly the Sturmtiger would be faster. So of course it would look out the King Tiger, and he would just have the Panther or the Jagdpanzer and a Sturmtiger in terms of armor, so he could then build the Schwerpanzer course. But there you go. Successfully managed to buy time for it, though of course we'll have to see for much longer. Until finally they continue to rain down. Trying to clear out the ace level anti-tank, and that's I think a really good idea there. Jagdpanzer hits. Schwerpanzer quarters is barely holding. Need to get the Sturmpanzers working on that one. Really close. There you go. Got the anti-tank and got it destroyed. A small win there for Xiaya, and the 352nd foot can be shown. However, slip. Oh, the Schwerpanzer quarters went down. Xiaya artillery fire there from W pretty much just shattered it. And without any of Xiaya's dreams of maybe getting out more armor in the short term versus his opponent. So now the question is, does he up for the King Tiger, the Sturmtiger, does he try to rebuild the Schwerpanzer quarters for more medium armor? Panzer here in the Jackson. We got more Paratroopers inbound there for W to replace the ones lost. We got the Scott there with ace level and 18 kills. Very good. Seizing the center victory point. And we got Paratroopers again dropping on the point here in the west. This time it looks like the trees won't be claiming any victims. In fact, no one ends up dying. Yeah, Panzer skirmishing out here with the Scott. Quick push here, Captain charging forward. He's got 20 kills on that fella. Always on there with 21 and with 23. Closing in with 24, there we go. Pushing up here on the west side. W is striking hard here at Xiaya, trying to take advantage of any gap in his lines there is, but there you go in the centre, he might have extended, and the Pathfinders look like they're going to get absolutely cut to ribbons, but no, one man survives the Nazi gauntlet. So what is Xiaya planning here? It's hard to say. Jackson makes 2 out the Scott, flying away the 126 was the 331. W is definitely bleeding out Xiaya. So they're trying to stabilise that way, that's definitely good. Damage in the Scott from a Panzerfaust, 19 kills. Paratroopers, they almost got the light machine guns. The Arc Panzer moves up, but obviously cannot deal with them. Troops are healing, reinforcing. And lines are going to be repaired. Clearly taking no chances there. Also worth noting, for the exception of the Sturm, he's actually now used pretty much everything in the doctrine, which is quite nice. W, I think, has also made use of most of the doctrine except for the anti-tank on Colin. I could have run there. Oh, grenade he attempted. Almost worked out, but in the end didn't quite. Bet 22 Jackson, a Scott. So there it goes for the Stukasse Fuss. I'm not entirely sure that's an amazing idea at the moment, considering the situation there. I mean, I don't think it's going to help him directly push. I mean, he could help clear out some dug-in position there, but W, but... Oh, there we go, he cancels it. He cancels it, thankfully. Again, I don't think that would help him much. Hit him up much. We've got an MD-44 on the going again. One machine gun fire, that's probably a good idea there. 304 was 126. Zero kills on that one. He should probably salvage the scrap Panzer quarters for a bit extra fuel. 300 points left there for Xiaya. And ticking down. Focus almost on moving forwards here. No assault rifles on those folks going to do this. They can upgrade. And again, he's got plenty of munitions. Still the assault continues. Heavy casualty then inflicted on the raw folks going to do is. Jackson, they're landing nice on the up. Panzer got heat rounds again. And veterans you want. Falling back though, and here in the West Captain there, this is the Orbital Ardent gaining veteran 5, very good here. But taking lots there from Scott. Less good. There you go, Yak Panzer sneaks up with another heat round hit here on the Jackson. Another hit here though, this time without heat rounds, pushing it down to less than half health. Orbital on there, close to death. Need to get them out of there fast. Would be a shame here for Xiaya to lose his ace Orbital Darden. Shame with the situation as it dies. And there you go, he gets the Jackson with the Yak Panzer. Nice work there by Xiaya. Clearly caught W there a bit off guard. He might have gone a bit overconfident there versus Xiaya. Any mistakes you can take advantage of is certainly something you should. It's a good work there by Xiaya and the 352nd. MG-34 is Orbis Paratroopers in the centre. We've got heavy artillery firing down that machine gun. That is not going to work out at all. Troops are healing and forcing. Fixing up the Scott. Artillery fire raining down in from charging forwards. Big counter push here by Xiaya. Attempt to throw him away from the centre. Again, just absolutely next in action in the east. I mean, really not efficient play there by Xiaya. Not efficient play. In the centre, troops are being hammered by artillery fire. We got artillery raining back, or grenades raining back there, plus probably a bit of artillery on there. Xiaya has lost another light infantry gun, at least the crew. Don't know if he's lost the gun itself, but it looks like it. On 225 is 126. Things continue to tick down there for Xiaya, and there you go, another push here. Again into the 50 caliber because he's not, trying to flank it for other paths. Just calling in smoke with some artillery. He's definitely not doing that one efficient either. But at least I guess there's a bit of an attempt. But again, it's never a big push into the east, which is not good. Losing the western victory point now as well again. So on the defense of this base, I think he's setting up for another King Tiger, another Tiger 2, in hopes the second one will fare better than the first one. We shall see if that actually works out. If it has a battle plan, or it's just going to end up with another, you know, utterly destroyed King Tiger. Down south, bit of defensive. Pathfinders there push back. To the far, raining down on the Mechanized Regiment headquarters. Big push of infantry, a bit of a halt there to try and catch up on W's troops there. Scott moving up there. East level, of course, and there you go, right and around it. Got the East all of a sudden charging in with 28 kills to the name, but there you go, caught by the captain. Got Pearsons and more right moving up. Of course, still got the Scott as well here. There you go, half the East all of a sudden squad gone. The blink of an eye, we got a bun grenade off here. And another devastating hit in the troop base, forcing full retreat. The unit wiped out. See how he's beginning to bleed out. And I mean, he's planning for another King Tiger. He needs to be more cautious in some ways, but it's going to be harder for him to do that because he's down to almost the same level of victory points as his opponent. He's got 184 versus 126. The advantage he had is quickly bleeding out, vanishing. Bazooka fire there on the Yak Panzer. All the Sturmpanzer out there becoming easy hits. Oh, it's there. What remains of Xiaya's territories in the west as well are collapsing. Melting away before the heavy gun son of W and his Freedom Boys. More grenades being flung back and forth here. In the end, Xiaya makes a small gap here, but W is quick to bring up more forces to pluck any advance here by Xiaya and put it in check. And we got there a Jackson tank to start to help deal with any armor. He's probably starting to anticipate, so he's going for another King Tiger, another Königstiger. Will it be enough if Xiaya? Will he be able to, you know, pull through? 29 kills, Pacific fire, troops are healing and forcing. In the east, not much happening there. In the centre, also quiet. W here remaining in good control versus Xiaya. Punishing Xiaya's, I would say, tunnel vision and inability to just, you know, make any decent push into these there. Since most of them so far have just ended with him encountering the machine gun, then forgetting about it, then moving another unit, getting caught by the machine gun, forgetting about it, and, you know, rinse and repeat. Great hit from the Jackson on the Yak Panther. Yak Panther trying to hit here with the heat rounds. Ooh, missed. That's a bit unfortunate there, unless you are W, in which case you're quite pleased with that one. Pearson's routed. We got 108 versus 126, so it's now Xiaya standing behind W. And if he's planning for that King Tiger, he really needs to go for it soon because he again is bleeding out fast compared to his American opponent, who has stabilized. He is secured for America. Sturmpanzer being caught here. "32 kills in the Obersalon, still firing down there, causing heavy casualties amongst the Volkskammer, who's backing up the brave Obersalon. A push for the center they made there by Xiaya in a move of possible desperate genius. And the West team continue pushing up. We got the Scott backing up there, 30 kills still going off against Xiaya. I don't feel like W though could try and also, you know, push through here. I mean, there's certainly some flanking past there versus Xiaya there. W could be pursuing rather than just taking head on himself as well. And this, you got both players do seem a bit obsessed with just, you know, attacking head on, and they are not particularly big on flanking. Possibly even considering flanking to be cheating. And certainly have occasionally been accused of cheating because they just pulled off a good flank consistently, because, you know, there's really no good patterns to that. Anyway, troops are here reinforcing. Then they're going to get accused of cheating for anything. It's still one of the first times we're back in Company Heroes. This because they called in a King Tiger. There's also the other time when someone was absolutely convinced that the Hummel was a heavy tank, was then upset and my Tetrak took it out. Again, was reasonably sure I was cheating because of that. More paratroopers out here for W. This time slightly safer ground. Unless they hit a tree, which is obviously not very safe. Yeah, it seems like Xiaya's going to try for a second King Tiger. 115 versus 94. Xiaya is inches away there from the Königstiger. Moments. More light machines there for W's paratroopers. 666 fuel there for a brief moment. I wonder whether the Xiaya's planning, it's not like he needs a lot of armor to replace the losses he has. Certainly a small indictment there, which of Xiaya's tactics and strategy. There you go, second King Tiger out there, second Königstiger. Fun fact, you could roughly get 5, I think, Panzer IVs for the price of 1 King Tiger, if not more. In fact, it might be more like closer to 6 or 7. In terms of Reichsmark, we're talking actual, war cost, not the in-game resources. Where obviously the King Tiger is acting much cheaper. In terms of Reichsmark, I mean, the King Tiger was quite expensive compared to single Panzer IVs. Machine gun wiped out. Here we got the King Tiger moving out. Panzer Commander being added as well there. So good. 75 points left here versus W's 115. 74. Ground points here. 73. Panzer Commander ready there for the Königstiger. He's very short in infantry and, well, anything else really. Comparatively, W's got plenty of support on there versus his crowd opponent. Almost got the center point and abandoned the western point due to the fear of the King Tiger all the way. 67 versus 115. Yeah, Panzer moving up. King Tiger on the move here steadily. Spotting the reactions there and quickly dispatching one of them. Pushing out the west side here, or centre, could also try to flank behind some of Xiaya's forces in the west. Got a big push here. We got 53 though versus 115. 51. 49 points left. He's managed to at least get 1 point, so it's slowing down, but still Xiaya is bleeding victory points. So far running down. As we're approaching the 1 hour mark here. And to technical in, which means actually W has used every single ability in the doctrine now. Bessie has used almost all of them, but he's not used the Sturmtiger, so he can't with a King Tiger about. Something exclusive. You either get one or you get the other. You can't have both. Getting us some hits on the King Tiger. We got 40 points left here. A World Time P-47 rocket strafe that could help out. I think W here versus Xiaya to just finish off this match. 37. $36, $35. More to the fire raining down here. Shots bouncing off the Yak Panzer's frontal armor, also the King Tigers, unsurprisingly. 31 points. King Tiger, we got the infantry getting blasted by the King Tiger. We got 6 kills out there, going to take and shoot bounces. Jackson's hanging back, but looks like he's finally moving up here, though of course that has to deal with the Yak Panzer. And there you go, nice hit, but he gets return hit there. Going for the center victory point, we've got 27 versus 115. Almost on here on the west side. Oh, almost being obliterated here by the sheer amount of firepower that W is bringing to bear. And there you go, annihilate the Tilly Colding. King Tiger with 6 kills, but it's slowly being pushed back as well here in the center, fighting for the center point. Tilly fire raining down there, and there you go. Xiaya gives up, realizes the fight is over. GG, game over. A loss here for Germany. A bitter defeat. In the end, I think Xiaya to a large extent was undone by his inability to actually push the right flank, who's actually too passive, which again, as the other commander is actually a pretty big sin, so you know. Better reminder there, play aggressive, always look to flank, always look to maneuver your opponent, don't just sit back and, you know, twiddle your thumbs. W, I would say they took advantage of it quite nice, and I would say played reasonably well. So there you go, hope you enjoyed this match, hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, but don't tell enemies. Also big thanks to Dion for donating and supporting the Propagandacast. Remember, you too can do so as well. Links are in the video description. This is Imperial Links, and cheers. Thank you for watching. You're all a wonderful audience. Bye, everyone.